like doing the band actual walks. I don't have a lot of room in here, but it really helps activates like both glutes at the same time when I'm moving more. I feel it.
And then she's going to do just the same thing on the opposite side. So stepping out to the side, focusing on the muscle contraction. You're going to feel this a lot in your glutes, in your quads.
Warms up everything for the torture to come. Just kidding. It's fun.
just kidding.
Okay, we're doing reverse skaters. Slight bend in the knee, but when I extend, I'm getting a nice straight, and I'm going back at a 45
degree angle, squeezing the glutes. And so her body position, she's got a slight hinge in her hips, slight bend in the knees, and her back is straight, so no rounding of the lower back. Hello, everyone. If you're just joining in, we're getting started with some bands if you have them, but you can definitely do this without the bands. We're doing reverse skaters right now to get the legs warmed up.
$15 to $20 on each side.
And we're going to do this 3 times through to warm up the muscle tissues and get them ready for exercising.
Woo! A little shake out.
A little
about 30
loosey-goosey.
seconds. Yeah, about 30 seconds. We'll start again from the top and go through a little bit of movement after we have some of those muscles warming up and engaging. Woo! Feel the burn. Is it me? Does it feel like a Monday?
It does, but all the days just kind of blend together at this point.
That's true. That's true. Over a month for me in self-isolation, getting a lot done at home. Definitely been getting my fair share of workouts in and painting, trim, cleaning out gutters, all those fun things. So right now, really having fun training with you. Definitely missed the gym days, but this is our next best thing. Starting from the top, lateral band walks.
So again, body position is slight hinge at the hips, torso's coming slightly forward, a bend in the knees, and she's just going directly out to the side with these bands.
Making sure that your toes pointing straight ahead, and your knees not turning in, not going out.
Right, toes
is always
forward.
Another good reminder.
And your knees should always be going in the same direction as your toes. $15 to $20 on each leg, and the same goes for our second exercise, which is going to be the reverse skaters that she'll move on to here in a second.
Woo! Oh, already feel it heating up in here. All right. Skaters. I'll do a few this way, a few straight on. 45 degrees. You could really put your hands high up on your glute or low on your waist, and you can use your thumbs to feel the muscles engaging.
And all so-called civilized peoples have increasingly become crazy and self-destructive because
And so the goal with these is really to warm up the muscle tissue. That seems to be the best way to get your body prepared for exercise. So you're heating up your internal temperature. And that is the purpose of warming up.
I'm warming up for sure. Feeling a little tacky.
Her legs going back at a 45-degree angle instead of straight off to the side. Hello, everyone. We're just warming up. If you want to jump in and get started with us.
Whew, almost done with this round. We've got one more round in this circuit, and our legs will be ready. We're going to start with the hardest exercises, then getting easier. So stick with us. There's not going to be any surprise, crazy challenging thing at the end. We'll do our legs first. We got 30 seconds. We're going to start that next round. Who's loving the bands? I do.
Still no one has topped the using of the White Claws. So I want to know what you guys are using at home, if you have bands, or if you're doing things just body weight, or if you like to work out.
You can duct tape White Claws to your ankles and be doing these lateral
ankle weights.
The new ankle weight. Okay, starting from the top, lateral step out. Keeping my toe and knee aligned and pointing straight.
Yeah, so the lateral band walks, she's going just straight out to the side, and then the reverse skaters, she'll be going at a 45-degree angle.
So you can see the difference
right
there.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay, left side. These are great when you're just sitting watching TV. If you're, just hanging around the house, these bands are amazing and have so many functions. I always travel with these. They help me warm up before races. And they never get easier, because as you get stronger, you're able to extend out more, have more control. So it's a perfect thing to be growing with exercise-wise. Okay, reverse. Definitely getting winded while trying to speak. A little challenging.
45-degree angle, kicking backwards, focusing on the glutes. If you're just joining, we're warming up, so get your bands out.
Whew. Last one, then we'll put away the bands for now, unless you need them as modifiers. We're going to be incorporating some newer workout stuff, but Reese is here to help you with any modifiers, so you can do that without some of the equipment that I might have, so you can still be interactive and part of the circuit with me. All right, we done.
Okay, so moving right along then, we are gonna do squats and reverse lunges with a leg lift.
So that'll be just a straight up squat. You can change your variation. You can go down slowly, hold, up fast, or just nice and smooth. And then the split squat will be stepping backwards, making sure your knee's not going over your toe. You're going straight down and coming up, and you're finishing activating your glute and lifting up.
Right.
Your
so
front
we'll just
leg
call
is
it
doing a lot of weight.
reverse lunge to knee tuck. So those are the two exercises. You're going to do 8 to 10 squats, and for the reverse lunge, you can do anywhere between 10 to 15 on each leg.
I'm putting on my weight vest because I do not have a lot of weight opportunity. So my best is 45 pounds, strapping her down. She doesn't shift around on me. Woohoo.
Yeah, if you have anything to hold right now, that would be ideal. But if you don't, just aim for a higher rep range. You could go 15 to 20 squats. You can change your tempo, like Lindsey was saying. You can go down slow, up quick. You can pause at the bottom for 3 seconds. Just really focus. If you don't focus on squeezing your glutes here, you're mainly going to feel this in your quads.
Really make sure you're coming up straight and giving that glute. So you give that little pop forward. That's what Reese is referring to when she says activating your glutes, especially right at the top.
Right. Yeah, so you need to come to full hip extension, which includes tucking your pelvis and squeezing your glutes at the top of the movement. And also pushing the knees out. If you do have that band and you don't have weight, you'd want that band around right above your knees.
Because that will be activating your glutes, because it's natural to want to dive your knees if you're going into a squat. So that helps train you to push out the knees, because you'll see and you'll feel your body fighting and you want to go the other way. So that's a good way to get some hip mobility and strength conditioning. Now I'm going to do single legs. I want to kick myself here.
Yeah, so she's getting into a reverse lunge with a knee tuck. So making it a leg and ab movement. And really her stationary leg is doing all the work. That's the glute that she's focusing on squeezing at the top.
And putting your hand on your glute, high up on your hip, is a good way to reinforce what you're feeling, what your muscles are telling your body to react to. Whew. Right.
And do at least 10 on each leg, upwards of 15 to 20 if you're more advanced or if you don't have any weight. And we're doing single leg movements as well as double leg movements, because if you're able to identify which leg is maybe weaker or needs more attention, and you can work out any of those imbalances with single leg movements, which we've been saying if you guys have been keeping up with us.
I know after my injury, I had crazy muscle imbalances. I'd have to work out my left side. My left side twice as much.
Right.
And I still feel it in certain movements, doing maybe single leg hamstring curls on the ball. It's hard to have that stability and strength at the same time, just because they harvested my hamstring. So it's still things I'm listening to my body about and becoming aware. Whew. I'm gonna have some water.
Yeah, utilize we have 2 to 3 rounds of that. Utilize your rest, grab some water.
I'll definitely let you do the talking when I get this weight vest on. It's hard.
I see so many hearts.
Hearts, 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 hearts.
I just like how your bun was moving when you did that. Yes.
Take a picture of your workout space and tag Fortis or Reese or myself.
Yeah,
we can try to give you helpful hints on your stories, or just give you props. Say, good job that you're staying active at home. Love it. Round 2. Ready.
Round 2. All right. And so when she's doing these squats, she's making sure to push her knees outwards. That helps engage the glutes and the abductors. You're initiating the movements by pushing the hips back and then bending at the knees. Squeezing the glutes at the top.
You definitely don't have to go as low as me. I train going lower only because if I land a snowboard really low, I need to be strong in a super low position. But down to 90 degrees is good.
Squeeze those glutes. Coming up to full hip extension at the top. Woohoo! And again, you're doing 8 to 10 of those, or if you're more advanced or with no weight, do 15 to 20. And then into reverse lunges with knee tucks. So reverse lunge here, she's not letting her knee go over her toe. Her knee's going to hit at about the middle of her foot when she's in her lunge position. And she's going pretty deep into this position too, which is going to help engage more glutes than quads.
If this motion isn't comfortable, you can simply sit in this position and pulse.
Right.
That's another modifier.
Yeah, you can definitely do pulse. Ideally, you'd want to go through your full range of motion, which would be coming back up to your starting position and going down, but definitely modify if you need to.
If you're having trouble balancing and getting super squirrely, definitely do the pulse, just so you can get some good control going and start training your muscles how to be handling that movement, and know that that's something you need to work on.
And then she's adding the knee drive. For some abs.
I definitely feel it in my left glute when my left leg is the stagnant one.
Mm-hmm.
Good stabilizer.
Now it's time to rest, and then we'll go for one more round.
This is our last round in this circuit. We'll move into some hamstrings. Since we're doing lower legs, we're doing glutes and quads. It's good to get the opposite moving muscles going too. Give everything working together and growing and getting stronger in a nice balanced way.
Whew. Right. You want to make sure you hit all muscle groups. And if you're just doing the body weight workouts, you can do a full body workout 3 to 5 times a week.
Whew. All right. From the top, this is round 3.
Round 3, let's go. So again, hinging at the hips, coming down to at least parallel, squeezing the glutes on the way back up. Pushing your knees out the whole time. And don't forget to breathe.
Sounds silly, but focusing on bringing in breath is really important, because then it helps all the muscles contract once you have it in there. It's something that's overlooked, and it's a big part of lifting. It's controlling muscles. It's telling them when to tighten up. So sounds silly, but very important. Whew. Finish out with those squats, going into the reverse leg into knee tuck.
There you go. So your stationary leg is the one really doing all the work. We're getting a full range of motion here. She's coming down into her lunge, squeezing the glutes at the top.
Whew. I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm definitely breathing heavily. All right. Last side, last round. Whew.
Squeeze the glutes at the top. Find your balance. And for this, you can have your hands on your hips or your arms out if you need to. So whatever is comfortable for you.
Whew. We're done with that. Moving my weight vest around. Whew. All right. Oh. Now, a little break. I'm going to be going into hip extensions. You can be doing these laying on the ground. I can show you very quickly.
Right, we have hip extensions or glute bridges you might be more familiar with.
So a hip extension on the ground, you're going to weight on your hips or not. Have your toes up off the ground just a little bit and bridge up to be nice and straight. Add a little bit more challenge, one leg.
And if you notice here, Lindsey is pushing through her heels, so she has her toes up.
Same thing.
The heel will help you engage more glute.
Same thing, making it a little bit harder, putting your feet up on a couch
An
or
elevated
a bench,
surface, right?
Like this. Again, you could be then using the single leg to make it a little bit more challenging. I'm actually going to use it on a ball, having the weight in my lap. Roll, 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 roll. Right here, my shoulders, Velcro not on me. Shoulders are on the ball as if they were the bench. Nice straight line.
Right.
Dipping down. Have my toes just off the ground, just a smidgen. Making sure I'm pushing my knees out.
Oh, and these are called hip extensions because where she's contracting at the top, her hips are fully extended. There you go. And you want to keep your chin tucked for this movement. You pretty much maintain a forward gaze throughout the movement. Really squeezing the glutes at the top.
Whew. Okay. Then we're going into, what's the next one?
Then we're going into single leg deadlifts.
Okay. I'm going to take my kettlebell. This is another hamstring exercise. Now, if you're doing it without any weight, that's just as good. You're going to have a little slight bend, tiny bend, and you're just going to pivot as my chest goes forward, my legs going up, toe is pointing straight down. Making sure I'm not opening or rotating. So it's a really good control and balance exercise. So that's why it's a great exercise, even if you don't have weight. Standard with weight would be opposite leg and opposite arm, like this. You want to add a little more of a balance challenge. Same leg, same arm. Again, it's going to want to make me open up like that, so you have to fight it.
Yeah, so I would say that's a progression because you have to work a lot more on stability and keeping your hips square. So if you're not there yet, you guys, doing it at home, do opposite leg, opposite arm, and you can definitely do this movement without weight and it'll still be very challenging. It
also gives you a nice hamstring stretch while the muscle is being contracted. Feels really nice. Making sure you're not going through the range too quickly.
Right. Take your time. Make sure you feel the stretch in your hamstrings. That's where you're predominantly going to feel this movement, in the hamstrings. And then to feel it in your glutes, you really have to squeeze your glutes at the top of the movement. You are going to do 10 on each leg for these.
And for me to help get a little bit more glute activation, when I'm going back, I almost try to make sure that I'm shifting. It's so hard to see because it's such a slight movement, to shift my butt back just a little bit. So then it's really aligning and making this whole posterior change have to light up and work together.
Right.
But work on balance and control first before you get fancy.
Mm-hmm.
Going back to hip extensions.
Let's go.
A few seconds here. Woohoo! Roll out. Okay. Shoulders are on. Weights in the right spot.
And you're doing 15 of these if you're doing it at home with us. Squeezing the glutes at the top, abducting the knees or pushing them outwards. And you want your feet or your toes to be in the same direction as your knees. So if your toes are pointing forward, your knees should also be following the same way. If your toes are pointing slightly outwards, your knees follow.
Whew. Those are always so good. Whew. I'm going to get a quick sip of water. Yummy. Okay, everyone, how's everyone doing? It's Wednesday. What are your plans for the weekend? Does it even matter anymore?
Do you even have plans?
Is it the weekend today? Does it qualify the weekend to be today? Or do we really have to still wait for the weekend?
Every day is the weekend. Okay, so back into single leg deadlifts. That small movement she was talking about is really just a hinge of the hips. Is what you should think of it as instead of sticking your butt out, because you want to have your pelvis tucked. There's a difference between this and this, right? You'll see it in the lower back here. So you want to maintain that pelvis tucked position and just hinge backwards.
Maybe I'll go from the side so you can talk about it more.
Yeah, so you see her hinging at the hips, her butt's coming back first instead of vertically bending at the knee is what most people will do, which is technically the wrong way to start this movement. You want to push the butt back first and then slight bend in the knees.
Woo! All right. Okay, finishing that round. That's a safer spot. Don't need my weight rolling right onto my laptop and crushing. A few seconds of rest. How's everyone feeling? Can you guys feel it in your glutes? Are you feeling it? Do anyone have baby deer legs? We've got one more round. If you're starting to get really sloppy on any of those rounds, maybe just either do full body weight or maybe just be done. Always be listening to your body if there's any pain, any pinching, and just know that's something you can work on. We'll definitely be doing these kind of cycle workouts over the next few weeks. So it's something to build up towards and get another repetition. So let's do it. We're getting into hip extensions one more time.
Round 3. Squeezing the glutes at the top. This is a really good movement to focus and isolate the glutes. And you can also do this as a warm-up too if you feel like your glutes aren't engaged when you're doing movements like the squats or deadlifts.
Okay. I'm done with that sucker. Whew. We're almost done with our leg movements. Get this out of the way. All right. Going into, okay, just rolling everywhere. Going to single leg deadlifts. Is it better from the side, Reese?
Yes.
Okay. This time I'm doing same leg and same arm. That's a progression. Definitely helps if you're opposite leg, opposite arm.
Yeah, you would want to start off opposite leg, opposite arm, and then work your way up to same leg, same arm. And if you aren't as flexible, you'll probably feel a stretch in your hamstrings just past your knee, and that's totally fine. You'll just come right back up and squeeze the glutes at the top. Lindsey's pretty flexible here, so she can just about touch the ground, but you don't have to touch the ground. So make sure you're challenging yourself, though, and not taking it too easy.
And also try to be balanced as far as your chest is going down. That's the range that your leg is lifting. So it's almost like just that nice seesaw,
Right.
nice in control.
Mm-hmm. So hinging out the hips back as the initiation to this movement, slight bend in the knees. And if you guys aren't able to get as low as her into the movement, it might be due to tight hamstrings. So maybe after this, you'll focus on stretching the hamstrings a little bit more. And you should be doing at least 10 of these on each side.
All right, all right. Woohoo!
Last round. Okay, so moving on then. We have YTWLs, which Lindsey will show you here.
I found some old school like wrist wrap weights in my place. So this is like the perfect weight. I think it's only like 2 pounds. So I'm going to put these suckers on, have a little weight on me. All you
I
need
have some of those too.
You really do not need a lot of weight in this. It's actually, worse if you're trying to do a good controlled range of motion and you have too much weight for what your body can be doing efficiently and nice and controlled. It would be doing more damage. So this is just for mobility. This is just another warm up, how we're warming up our legs. So let's get to it. You can do this without any weights. You'll feel it just the same. You can do it on a stability ball and add some more stabilizing muscles in it. But I get more of a range of motion because I'm hypermobile. So I'm just going to do YTWLs. Ys. My thumbs are up, coming straight like this. From the side, you'll see it.
Good. And the rest of her body position.
I'm not trying to arch. I'm keeping a nice, neutral spine. My core is engaged. I'm not too tucked under. I'm not too posterior.
Yeah, so neutral spine, slight bend in the hips and in the knees. And the shoulders are a really sensitive joint because they are so mobile. So that's why you can definitely do these with lightweight.
It's such a cool joint. I mean, look at what it can do. So that was why we're going T's next. Thumbs pointed out, straight out to the side. Squeezing those shoulder blades at the top together, crushing that can. Imagine there's a can right between your shoulder blades.
And that'll be for all of these movements. You'll want to focus on squeezing the shoulder blades together.
Notice if one side has a better range of motion than the other. You might need to be stretching. Another muscle could be hindering that movement. So really try to pay attention to what your body needs, what your body is telling you. We're going to go W's, starting with your forearms together and rotating out.
Making a W. Squeezing the shoulder blades. Your core is tight. You have a slight hinge at the hips, slight bend in the knees.
Okay. And L's are a 90-degree row and externally rotate. 90-degree row. Your shoulder is on a pivot and this humerus bone staying in that same plane.
And again, Lindsey has really good mobility. So if you can't get that deep into your rotations, just keep working on it and go rotate as much as you can.
My hypermobility is not necessarily a good thing. It can definitely cause problems. It just makes it so I have to make sure I'm maintaining good strength within that whole mobility range, which takes a lot of work. So what's important for you to realize is Are you similar left to right is your main thing. Are you having any muscle impingements, any pain that you can reach out to somebody to ask them medically if you need to be doing anything specific. So we just did our first round of the Y2WLs. Now we're going to go into push-ups. Now you can do the traditional push-up. You can do a more challenging push-up by putting your feet up higher. You can, to make it easier, go on your knees. To make it even easier, you can be going off an up elevated surface. I'm going to try, since I got it just installed a few days ago, why not get the TRX going? Start getting some stability going. We'll see. Nobody laugh. I'm going to try to do it with my feet up on here. And I guess we're going to see if, oh my gosh, this is really hard.
So since most of us probably aren't going to have a TRX, like she said, you could do the traditional push-up. The progression would be elevating your feet, and the regression would be elevating your hands. Okay, so being at a slight angle with your hands up higher is going to make it slightly easier for you. And then just progress as you get better.
So that was really hard for me. So I did 5. Now I'm going to go do with my elevated feet and 5 to help just build some strength. Okay. Whew. All right.
Okay,
well,
so we're starting from the top again. We're doing Y2WLs and then push-ups.
Okay. Just grab this guy out of the way.
Squeezing the shoulder blades.
And not just squeezing them together, trying to squeeze them down and together.
Right.
If you're not telling yourself to actively do it, I know for me, I can catch myself pulling up on my shoulders, and that's definitely not ideal. We want to be pulling them down and together.
You got it.
Tease.
And again, feel free to do this without weight. This is a really good warm-up exercise. And the shoulder joints are delicate, so be careful with them.
Oh, yeah. W's. Starting with the forearms together.
And you'll want to do 10 to 15 of each of these exercises.
Definitely feel all my muscles definitely feeling a little warm, definitely activating. It's all good, all normal. I'm not having any pain or pinching. So if that happens, I definitely try to figure out where that's coming from and try to give it a little stretch. But we're getting these arms ready to work. Now the row, I'll change my view here in a second. This is the L.
Yeah, if you're feeling any pain, you definitely should drop the weight if you do have pain, but there's a difference between pain and fatigue. And so you need to be able to identify when you're in pain or if your muscles are just fatigued. Into push-ups.
Okay, here she goes again. Let's see how mama's doing. Okay. This is definitely more challenging just because I'm having to do more shoulder stability because it's very, very shaky. So I definitely have to engage my core way more. So I definitely can't talk.
Yeah, so the TRX or like suspended workouts are a lot more unstable. So it does take a lot of stabilization, core work. So yeah, they're definitely harder doing it that way. And then into an elevated foot push up. You're not letting the back sink too low.
Woo. We'll get there. Be able to wrap out 20 like that in no time.
Yeah, and then for your push-ups, do 8 to 10 or even upwards of 15. And we have one more round of that.
Oh yeah.
Good work, everybody. Keep it up. We're almost done.
Almost done. Take a quick sip of water if you need it.
Yes, utilize your rest. Let your energy stores resynthesize.
Whew. Also really important after this workout to get some food, some good protein to be really rebuilding these muscles that you've been training and straining. I feel like I got both lefts. They don't quite match the same. Whatever, it works. That's probably why I probably got them at like a Goodwill or something. Who knows? Anyways, YGWLs, last round.
10 to 15 of each of these if you're doing it at home.
Thumbs up.
Squeezing the whole back side of you, shoulders, traps, shoulder blades, and you're just trying not to shrug when you're doing this movement. So shoulders down and back, chest up.
Woo! I think I just kept going on that. I don't know how many I did. Traditional Lindsey wasn't counting or paying attention. Okay, T's, thumbs up and going straight out to the side.
Arms straight out for these, just straight out to the sides.
Okay, W's, forearms, and it's the rotation out.
Squeezing the scapula, making your shoulder blades are down. Hold down and back.
Okay, L, the row.
And if you notice, her palms are going from facing backwards to facing forwards at the end position.
Woo! Okay, that's the last of the YTWLs. Going into the last bit of the push-ups for me. This is really exciting.
If you are more advanced, definitely do like four rounds or just increase your repetitions, up to you. And if you don't have a TRX, you're either doing a normal push-up, feet elevated, or hands elevated. Get 8 to 10 or even upwards of 15. Keeping your core tight, not letting your lower back hang. So many hearts for these push-ups. Let's go.
10. Oh,
nice.
did 10 on the last. That was good for me.
That was good for me.
That was a personal best right there. Not a lot of pushing in my sport. We have a lot of pull out of the gate and obviously a lot of legs. So upper body can get challenging for me. Even surfing, it's a pull. So when you're doing these muscles a lot, it's also good to get that opposing muscle group so you're not getting any imbalances. Right. We're finished with that round. Reese, what do we have next?
All right, we're moving into TRX rows, but you'll just opt for bent over rows, and then TRX tricep extensions, which you will just opt for either tricep kickbacks, or if you have bands. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So this could be a bent over row.
Right.
Pinching your shoulder blade down and together. Or if you have the band, or any band really, or a bungee around your foot, you can do that. You can do on the TRX, you can do it a couple different ways. You can have your feet against the wall, or you can have yourself at an angle more. My floor is too slippery, as you see. So I'm going to try to go flat and, again, do that build up where I'll try to do 3 to 5 and finish my set with the kettlebell row. So I'm still getting some muscle stimulation, starting with the challenging stuff first. When I'm laying on the ground like this, I can really feel when I can engage my shoulder blades and pull them down, knowing that that's a good spot to start.
And then doing these inverted rows are actually a really challenging exercise. If you by chance have a TRX, you would want to start at an angle, and then a progression would be the inverted rows. That's a lot of body weight that you'll be adding.
You can definitely start at an angle like this. If I go down to any angle that I actually need, my feet start slipping. So need to figure out some sort of grippy thing. I did 5 of those. I'll finish out 5 on each.
Right. And then for the rows, it's another back movement. So you'll be feeling the same thing. You want to keep the shoulders down and back, chest up, and focus on squeezing just at this motion here.
Another thing you can do if you have like a bungee like this, you can be sitting down in a nice comfortable position, wrapping around your toes, having a nice straight back, looking straight ahead, and getting a nice row like that. That's another option too. Whew. Okay, now we're doing triceps. Ooh, how will I be doing it on this one? I guess we're coming forward and I can go on my knees, probably a good one.
So you can see that her arms are bent, and then she's focusing on extending, and that's going to isolate the triceps. But if you don't have the TRX, you would want to just do a kickback of some sort. So you can be on your hands and knees, and then just work on this movement, keeping the elbow pretty much stationary and just extending the arm.
So maybe the light weight that you used, that, or if you have something else, you can have,
you can place overhead. Yep.
So we've got some options there. Find the option that best suits you. That first round is over and done with. We have 2 more of the upper body. Got about 30 more seconds. And we'll try that again. I'm going to assume the position. TRX is fun.
Yeah, the TRX is actually, it's pretty sweet. Okay, so back into rows. If you do not have a TRX, you're going to do bent over rows with a band, with water bottles in your hands, anything you got. And if you don't have anything to hold, that's perfectly fine too. You'll focus on the muscle contraction just at the end of the movement and hold for like 3 seconds.
So I got 5 of those solid before I started feeling my lower back get floppy. Finish.
Yeah, if you know something's going to compromise your form, stop and reset. Take like a 5-second break if you need to, and you can get back to it. Or like she did, she switched the exercises. Same exercise, but switch the variation of it.
That was also helping me in the first time when I was push-ups, my muscles actually got better at it. So essentially I had the strength. I just had to really kind of be educating my muscles on the muscle patterning and really kind of allowing my body to really be aware of what muscles were actually going to be incorporating together in that movement. And as you saw, I was able to actually get the 10. So who knows? Maybe I can get 10 on the last one. Hopefully you guys are cheering for me too. Triceps. Holding my TRX together.
And then another variation for the triceps are just tricep dips, where you can put your arms on an elevated surface and push yourself up.
Woohoo! All right, 30 seconds rest, so we'll get back into it. I told you they're getting easier. Look, I get to lay down in between sets, and then I'm right in the next position, so this works. This is good. Whew. How's everyone doing, you guys? We're almost done. I love seeing those hearts. It means you're still with us. You're still giving your body a good workout. If this is the second round for you and you were done, that's okay. Just a little bit of stretching. Then we've got one more round, I believe. Or are we finished after this race? I don't remember.
This is your third round. Yeah, this is your last round.
Do we have a set after?
No, this is going to be it for us.
All right, well, we can always stick around and do some core if you guys want to, or be done. It's totally up to you. I'm engaging my scaps, right. Pulling my shoulder blades down. Try to go all out.
Let's get 10 to 15 rows if you're at home.
I can take a little break. I think I can get 4 more without having to do an easier variation. I can do one more.
You got this. Let's go. Hey.
All right.
Yeah.
It counts. It counts.
It counts.
Oh, awesome. You guys, if you guys want to stay on a little longer, I might just do one little core exercise.
You have one more round of triceps.
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. There we go. And again, you're opting for tricep dips or just tricep kickbacks if you do not have a TRX. But
so
that's for us.
Yeah. I'm going to do one med ball.
You want to do some core?
Yeah, I just want to do one med ball because my lateral movements are a bit tight. So I like to do this to kind of build that engagement. So I might just do one round, try to get to 60.
Are you doing a Russian twist?
Yes.
Okay.
Shaking it up.
Russian twist. And
so I can just feel a stretch.
Right. You can definitely do the Russian twist without weight. You'll just want to sit on your butt, elevate your feet, and then just focus on the rotations. And you can do upwards of 15 on each side for a total of 30.
All right. I'll probably I'll do one more round of that. It was just because I was feeling stiff left to right, so I'm getting a stretch while having to contract, kind of forces some movement and get my muscles moving and finish out this workout. So we can also call it a full body, all muscles workout. So
full body workout.
Oh yeah. Give some hearts if you like joining me for workouts and having Reese give expert breakdown of movements. If you have any questions, you can always DM or text us through this and ask Fortis. We have a bunch of trainers that are very qualified to answer those questions. I've been working with Reese for, 6 months now, and definitely had a lot of fun getting into, my programs and kind of blending our styles. So doing another round right now. Last one.
Last round, Russian twist. There you go. Nice.
Oh,
very nice.
That round, I could feel more mobility and I could get a better reach. Mm-hmm. So I was definitely improving on my range of motion, which was nice and exactly what I was going for. So we're finished. Thank you so much. I loved it. Thank you, Reese. Fortis is definitely giving free classes every day, all different types, boot camps, all bodies, yoga. So definitely tune in, follow them. They're giving free classes the whole month of April. And then they're also doing online personal training that you can just be doing virtual with you and your trainer to get a more personal experience that you might need more detail for your body and what your needs are. So definitely check that out, but check out the free classes. Get active while you're at home. Really only need 30 minutes a day. If you do something every day, it definitely helps pass the time. It's good for mental health as well. So let's get moving.
And also, Lindsey and I are going to be back on Friday. Friday at 8. So come join us. Friday at 8. It's going to be another full body workout. And check it out. But other than that, I think I
Standard Time.
Yes, you got it. I have 10 seconds left on here before it kicks me out. So thank you guys so much for joining us. Thanks for working out, Lindsey. And we'll see you guys Friday.
Thanks, guys, so much. Bye.
Bye.